So Faye and I didn't really have the time or money to like go to an actual event and do something. I really had some cool ideas with her, but I didn't have. I ended up not having the time or money to do that. So what I did was I invited her back to my apartment and I cooked her a homemade meal. And I made her yaki udon, which is like a very traditional Japanese dish. Many times people cook it for people when guests come over. So. Um, I had a really great time doing that. I called my mom and she gave me the recipe. So prior to her coming over, I was really excited about sharing this food with her. I told her all about it, and she seemed like she was excited to do it too. And um, but I did have some hope. I did have some a little like a nervousness of whether or not she would like the dish, because there's always that, when someone tries food for the first time, you're nervous of whether or not they like your cooking or they don't like the dish in general. But I mean, that nervousness wasn't really like that strong because I know that Faye is a very open person. So yeah, so when she came over, we sat down, we talked, we had a meal, and it was really great to be able to share a piece of myself. I know that in the rubric it says not to like go to a restaurant, but I feel like this is different because uh, I'm sharing food that I prepared for her and for my own culture. So it was kind of a little more interactive thing. And then in addition to that, I feel like it's more authentic. But and part of the reason why I wanted to share food, because food brings people together. Food is a universal experience that all people enjoy, and the way that people express like culinary traditions is different. So it's like very interesting to be able to share a piece of yourself. Some aspects of from class that reminded me of our interaction was Bennett's developmental model intercultural sensitivity. And for my perception, I feel like Faye is in that phase of adaptation or even integration because, especially because she spent more than a year now in the United States, she's had a lot of experience having to adapt to American culture, but uh, in many ways, she has told me that like American culture is in a way now become a part of her. And so like she's a little on the adaptation and integration in the sense that she's very open. And then when it comes to Japanese culture, she was very obviously adaptational because she was very open to trying the food. She was very polite, very nice, and she was very interested in learning about more about Japanese culture and more about Japanese food that I was brought up in. And then some parts that I learned about myself was that my own culture was how well food can bring people together. That was like the biggest lesson that I learned. Um, and one of the insights that I learned about culture and education after the interaction was how distinct everyone's experience is, but at the same time, how universal these experiences of food and sharing and family and bringing people together is very much an aspect of many cultures. So I really thought this experience was very awesome because I got to learn a lot about Faye's life and I got to learn a little bit of myself by speaking with her. So thank you.